பக்கம். ஆமா, எங்க இவ்வளவு நாள் ஆள காணோம் அப்படின்னு நீங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன கேக்குறீங்கன்னு எனக்கு நல்லா தெரியும். பரவாயில்ல. என்னன்னா, இவ்வளோ நாள் நான் வந்துட்டு பல மாதங்களா வீடியோ போடாம திடீர்னு எப்பயாவது ஒரு நாள் போடுவேன். திடீர்னு வந்துட்டு நிறைய நாள் கேப் போடுவேன், திடீர்னு போடுவேன். அப்பெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு அப்ப சொன்ன ரீசனையே வந்து மறுபடியும் மறுபடியும் சொல்லி மொக்க போட நான் விரும்பல. ஆனா இந்த வாட்டி நான் வெறுங்கையோட வரல. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு புது விதமான ஒரு வீடியோவோட வந்திருக்கேன். ஹலோ லிசன்ல இது வரைக்கும் போடாத ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா இன்டர்வியூ. ஒருத்தவங்களை வந்து இன்டர்வியூ எடுத்து ஹலோ லிசன்ல நம்ம இது வரைக்கும் போட்டதே இல்லை. அதனால என்னோட முதல் இன்டர்வியூவை வந்து உங்க எல்லார்கிட்டையும் பகிர்ந்துக்கணும்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். AIDEF, ஆல் இந்தியா டிஃபென்ஸ் எம்ப்ளாயி ஃபெடரேஷன். இது வந்து ஒரு ட்ரேட் யூனியன். இந்தியா மொத்தம் இருக்கிற டிஃபென்ஸ்ல வேலை பார்க்குற சிவில் ஒர்க்கர்ஸ்க்காக மட்டுமே இருக்கிற ஒரு ட்ரேட் யூனியன் இது. இந்த ட்ரேட் யூனியனோட ஜெனரல் செக்ரட்டரி திரு C. ஸ்ரீகுமார் அவர்களை தான் வந்து நான் முதல்ல என்னோட இன்டர்வியூ வந்து எடுத்திருக்கேன். அவங்கள பத்தி சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, he was so kind to give me this opportunity. I am very honored to have him as my first guest. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, இந்த இன்டர்வியூவை நான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ண அந்த இடத்துக்கு போகும்போது வந்து எனக்கு ரொம்ப நர்வஸ்னஸ். என்னடா இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு மனுஷங்களை நான் வந்து இன்டர்வியூ எடுக்க வந்திருக்கேன், இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒருத்தவங்களை இன்டர்வியூ எடுத்துக்க வந்திருக்கேன், என்ன நடக்குமோ ஏது நடக்குமோ அப்படின்னு ஒரு பதட்டமாகவே இருந்தது. ஆனால் வந்து எனக்கு எவ்வளோ கம்ஃபர்டபுளான ஸ்பேஸ் கொடுக்க முடியுமோ அவ்வளோ கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக வந்து என்னோட எல்லா கொஷின்ஸையும் வந்து கவனித்து அதுக்கு டீட்டெயில்டாக ஆன்சர் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. அதுக்கு ரொம்ப 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 நன்றி சார். இந்த நன்றியை வந்து நான் தெரிவிச்சே ஆகணும். ஏன்னா இந்த வீடியோ வந்து முழுக்க வந்து நான் ஆங்கிலத்தில் பண்ண வேண்டியதா போச்சு. ஏன்னா என்னோட ஃபைனல் ப்ராஜெக்டாக வந்து எடுத்த வீடியோ இது. அதனால எல்லாமே வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே பண்ணிட்டேன். எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியாகவும் இருக்கும் அப்படின்றனால வந்து இதை வந்து நான் ஆங்கிலத்திலே பண்ணிட்டேன். கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நிறைய டாபிக்ஸை பற்றி அவங்க கிட்ட கேள்வி கேட்டிருந்தாலும் என்னால் எல்லா டாப்பிக்கையுமே வந்துட்டு ஒரே வீடியோவாக கம்பைல் பண்ணி போட முடியாது அப்படின்றனாலையும், ஏன்னா என்னோட ஃபோனில் என்னோட லேப்டாப்பில் வந்து சில டெக்னிக்கல் இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்கிறனாலையும் வந்துட்டு இந்த வீடியோவை 2 பாகமாக போடணும் அப்படின்னு நான் முடிவெடுத்திருக்கேன். இது முதல் பாகத்தில் வந்துட்டு ஆவடியை பற்றி நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஆவடியை ஒரு அனுபவிக்க ஒரு மனிதரோட கண்ணோட்டத்துல இருந்து பார்க்க போகிறோம். வாங்க பார்க்கலாம். வெல்கம் சார்.
தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you for this opportunity to give me this.
I'm also equally happy to be with you.
Sir, so first, I wonder we could start with the question.
Yeah.
For how many years you have been in Avadi?
You see, from 1979 onwards, I am in Avadi. I was appointed at OCF Avadi during the year 1979.
Please share with us more about the bond you shared with this place.
You see, Avadi by name itself is one of the major defense base of our country. My bond with Avadi, there are 2 reasons. One reason is, after independence of our country, the country was discussing after great national leaders, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and others. They started discussing about the pattern of our society, what type of pattern we should have in our society. Can we have a dictator society, a democratic society, a capitalist society, or a socialist society? So these discussions went on, and finally in 1955, in the 70th session of the Indian National Congress, which was held at Avadi, Satyamurthy Nagar, the Indian National Congress passed a resolution that the pattern of our society should be a socialist pattern of society, where the ultimate aim is that the wealth of the country, the benefits, whatever is generated in the country should be equally distributed to others, and that should be a society without exploitation. And subsequently that was introduced in our constitution also by amending the constitution. In the preamble of the constitution of our country itself, the word socialist has been brought in. So that socialist pattern of society was first decided in Avadi. And apart from that, as I have already mentioned, Avadi is a very important defense base. Here we have got 3 major ordnance factories. The Ordnance Clothing Factory Avadi, which was the first factory which was established because of the efforts taken by the then Defence Minister V.K. Krishna Menon, and the then Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Sri late K. Kamaraj, and afterwards came the heavy vehicle factory Avadi, which is generally called as tank factory. And subsequently, for manufacturing engine for those tanks, the engine factory came into existence. And then there are other defense establishments like the CBRD, one of the R&D establishment, then the oldest depot, and the Air Force units, MES units, like that. There are so many defense industries located. That also adds to the importance of the Avadi. And third is, you can say Avadi is a mini India, because if you see the population, the percentage of population, the people living in Avadi, almost our people belonging to different states of this country, they are present here. Either they are temporarily available here for their work related affairs, or they have permanently settled down here. So that way Avadi has got this. According to me, my bond with Avadi is because of these three major reasons. One is, it is from where the socialist pattern of our country has been decided. It is where a major defense base is there in Tamil Nadu. And third reason is, Avadi is a mini India.
Avadi has 3 factories based on defense. According to you, what might be the possible reason to set up those industries, especially in Avadi? Why not other places in Chennai?
Basically, it is a strategical industry. It should be always away from the mainstream of the city, so that the enemies cannot locate the area. That was the thinking in those days when technology was not developed, when radar was not there, sensor was not there, and all those things. It was a strategical decision that factories should be located in different parts of the country, and mainly in outside the city, because one is strategical reason, and another is you require plenty of land. And land will not be available in cities. 200 acres, 500 acres, 2000 acres, 5000 acres lands are required for establishing a defense industry, because you have to construct the factory, and you should have a residential colony, you should have an hospital, you should have a school, and supporting other playgrounds, and all those things are required
for the workers, factories.
For the workers, and for testing our equipments. Now, for example, heavy vehicle factory is manufacturing big tanks. The tanks have to be tested, whether it is working properly or not. For that, you require a firing range. The tank has to roll out from the factory and go to a place where no public is available, and then you have to fire it and test it whether the tank is firing according to the specification or not.
Absolutely.
So that is why generally defense industries are kept outside the city. And as I told you earlier, after the Chinese aggression in 1961 and 62, the country felt the need of having a factory which is required for manufacturing different types of troop comfort items, their uniforms, protective clothing, winter uniform, and all those things. And the then Defense Minister V.K. Krishna Menon, he thought that okay, there are many factories in other places, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, why can't we have a factory in South? So our Perundalevar Kamarajar was one of the close friends of Krishna Menon. He was Chief Minister.
Yes.
So Krishna Menon approached him, Kamaraj, I want to start a factory. Can you provide some land?
Yeah.
And Kamaraj was the man who was instrumental for industrial development in the Tamil Nadu state. So he immediately offered the land. So land was given. So OCF came. Then subsequently HVF came, engine factory came, like that. That's the reason why it has come to Avadi.
Okay. Sir, according to you, how the ordnance factories are benefiting Avadi, this place?
See, it is not only ordnance factory. Any industry which comes up in a place like Avadi,
Yes.
especially a government industry, if it comes up, it plays a very vital role in developing the entire surrounding areas. Because Suppose the factory comes, some 2,000 employees are working, and they get their salary, they get their wages. Where they will spend this money? In the market of Avadi.
Yes, yes.
The money is being pumped out there only.
Yes.
Then people, they are coming from far off places. They purchase a piece of land here.
Yes.
They invest money in Avadi.
Now,
Then thereafter they construct a house. Then they start staying here. New residential colonies are developed. When residential colonies comes up, automatically business also starts.
yes.
Vegetable business, barber shop, dhobi, tailoring shop, nowadays big malls, tea shop, hotels. Like that, you see, when an industry comes, so many people indirectly get job.
Yes.
And then ancillary industries. Because any industry does not manufacture everything required for them.
Yes.
They also have to depend on different small industries. Small scale industry, medium scale industry. Generally we call it as ancillary industries.
Yes.
Now for example, clothing, our OCF Avadi. We require cloth. We don't manufacture.
Yes.
We require thread. We don't manufacture. We require button. We don't manufacture. We require zip. We don't manufacture. So all these things we purchase from different people.
Yes.
And then it is converted into a product in the factory.
Yes.
Same case with HVF also. So when a factory is there for supplying so many items for these factories, ancillary industry comes up.
Yes.
So that also generates employment. So the economy of the state, economy of that district or that township start developing because of any industry. So far as ordnance factories in Avadi is concerned, once upon a time almost 20,000 employees were working, out of which more than 60% were staying in Avadi only.
Yes.
And even employees who were coming from outstation, I have seen in 79 and 80s, they purchase vegetable from Avadi and take to Perambur.
Yes, sir.
They purchase so many other items from Avadi and takes it to Millivakkam or to Tambaram.
Yes.
Money is pouring in where? In Avadi.
Avadi.
This is one part.
Yes.
Other thing, a major amount of Avadi Municipal Corporation's income is the professional tax what we are paying.
Yes.
Each and every worker, twice in a year, is paying professional tax. It will be more than 3 or 5 crore, 3 to 5 crores per year. And that ultimately benefits the population of the Avadi.
Yes.
So our contribution is immense to the development of Avadi.